What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Persistence Daily Update. I am Coach Gage. Our strength today is going to be a 12-minute EMOM, where in the first minute, we're going to be doing 5 to 10 strict chest to bar pull-ups or regular strict chest to bar pull-ups. On the second minute, it's 10 to 20 pistols. And again, you have every option to scale this strength.
All right, so let's break down this first movement, and that's that strict chest to bar, strict regular pull-up. We have 5 to 10 reps, and it's all going to be done in that 1 minute, right? So a couple things. When we get to our strict chest to bar, this is the best way to get to our bar muscle up or even our ring muscle up, because we have that deep pull. So just to show over, I want you to focus on my chest and how confident I press over. I'm going to stay very hollow in my body, keep it tight. I'm not going to let my body flex up and open up, right? The better I can keep my elbows drawn back and pull my elbows back in my pull, the better it complements to our bar muscle or getting to our bar muscle. So give you 1 rep as I pull up. You can almost hear the actual rig rattle of me confidently pressing my chest through. If we need to, we can go to regular pull-ups as well, or even banded strict, or even ring rows. What I want you to do is focus on finding your hardest version so we can really work on getting into the next level of our pull-up, right? For our pistols though, now a couple things I want you to focus on is that heel position. I'm wearing bands, so I know a lot of you complain about ankle mobility. I don't have the greatest ankle mobility, and I can do these in bands, so I know you can do this as well. A couple things to focus on though, treat it just like you do an air squat, except you have the availability to lean a little bit more forward to create balance. Now personally, I have to lean a little bit slightly over to create my knee traction to go to my pinky toe, as well as both sides, right? We always have a good side and a bad side. We really focus on really strengthening the weak side so we can be good at both. Now there's a couple options before I show you the pistols. You have your box pistols, which are similar, where you just sit down to a box and stand up. You can even do goblet squats to just build strength, and especially staying vertical, or you can even hold a weight now in front of you to do so, right? So just to give you a side angle, you'll see a lot of my body lean forward. My heel's gonna plant. I'm gonna stick my foot out in front. Now the rule of a pistol is you can't let your front foot touch either. Now I'm gonna go down, and stand all the way up. And then we're gonna alternate to these. 10 to 20 reps is a lot, so you have to stay relatively consistent as we go up, right? So, a couple things. Do your best to stay vertical, but if you absolutely need to keep your heel down, stay down. Now, it's not about going slow down. You still need to create like a normal underscot, where you can control it at the bottom and stand up very fast. Now, it's always best to do a pistol at full range and scale down, and do a half pistol and say, I'm really working on getting depth. Depth comes first, then the harder skill comes next, right?
For today's workout, it's probably my favorite one of the week, other than tomorrow's workout, which is kind of a secret until very soon. It's going to be a 16 rounds for time, where you have a 20-minute time cap, and it's 20 bench press at 205 for men and 145 for women, and 8 weighted sit-ups at 50 for men and 35 pounds for women.
So breaking down the first movement on our bench press, there's a couple things I want you to understand, and it's not about just pressing the bar up as hard as we can. This is a relatively heavy weight for a lot of people, 205, 145, especially if you're doing RX. Now, the goal of this workout is to keep the weight heavy, right? We're gonna be doing 32 bench presses essentially, and every time we get to the bar, they need to be unbroken, so you shouldn't be doing singles. Now, as we get to the bar, let's go over this setup. Our feet are confidently pressed down, our heels are driven to the ground. Now, if you're basically 5'8" or 5'7" or shorter than me, you probably need a plate. I just make it enough to keep my feet stable. Believe it or not, bench press, you have a lot of pressing and support through your hips. So, tuck my hips forward, keep my heels down. I'm gonna push my knees out just like we do in a squat. I'm gonna lay back. As I sit here, there's a couple things I need to do. I need to squeeze my butt. I need to arch my back. Not necessarily arch, but just more sense, create tension in my shoulders. I always think it like this. If you have a pencil in the middle of the bench, or you can think about trying to squeeze the pads of the bench together. So I always like to pinch and hold that position. This is gonna naturally create this little arch. If you notice, I can tuck my hand right into my back. From here, I'm going to find my grip. Now, in my grip of the barbell, you don't want to go too wide where your shins are vertical from the ground. So they need to stay as vertical as possible. Depending on your width and your range, you're going to go a little wider. I like to go just about an inch inside that first knurling. As I come up, first thing I need to do, my eyes are in line with the bar, so as I pick it up, I have so much more freedom out here, right? Now I'm gonna press up, get my curve, make sure my thumb is around. No one should bench like this. I've seen a lot of bad things. So as we press up, confidently come over, go right above the chest line, right? Now when I need to see, just like a push-up, I'm going to drive my elbows down to my side about 45 degree angle, let the bar shift forward into my sternum, keep my head back, pinch my shoulders, nice strong press up, and back to neutral. Notice how it's on an up and down motion. It goes down slightly to my chest, elbows back, up, and finish. Give you 2 more. Now, the most important part about this is don't be gentle on how you set this bar down. You need to just hold your ears for a second. Confidently press the bar against the rig. Slide it all the way down knowing it's there, and then you can retreat from the bar. Now, the biggest rule that a lot of people don't understand, and here's the thing, when you put weight on the bar, do not use clamps on the bar as well, because if you do, for some reason nobody is spotting you and no one's there to help, you get stuck in your chest and you will let the bar lean over, the weights will slide off one end, you turn it over, you can slide it off the other. Now, other than the bench press, we do have weighted sit-ups. Again, men it's 50, women it's 35. One big thing, I talked about this earlier in the week, is how we hold the dumbbell. We're not letting it pull off our chest, we're keeping it up above our chest into our collarbone, and we get to hug it. So, feet are confidently pressed down, make sure you have the ab mat. As we come over to your collarbone, I like to grab the inside so it doesn't come off the chest. So a couple things, I'm gonna show you 2 good reps real quick. Now, big thing here is I kept my position on the top half, my shoulders touch, and I let my shoulders come up to my hips as well. On some bad reps, it will look like this. We have the weight for a reason, right? We have the weight to make it more challenging, not to help us sit up. So I'd like to say again, glue it to your chest, do not turn it sideways. Also, one bad way is doing this. Rolling it down to our belly, which obviously when we sit up, the weight's towards our hips. So the more the weight goes towards our hips, the easier it becomes, right? Because our hips are already based on the ground. So again, keep those the dumbbell nice and high. If you can keep your elbows up, keep a nice top trunk position, right? And make sure our shoulders touch and make sure our shoulders go past our hips as well.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions at all, make sure you ask your coach or you can put it down in the comments. I'll answer as soon as I possibly can. But again, guys, have a good one.